So as the creator of CSI, my inspiration's always been science. And when we did CSI 10 years ago, forensic science was the hot crime. Now 10 years later, we find ourselves in a position where cybercrime is the hot crime. So we felt like, how do we do the movie version of cybercrime? So I went to Washington, did some research, and the DOD, the NSA, the FBI, the CIA, and began to think about, how do we do the biggest movie event possible with cybercrime? So we did cybercrime over here and thought about a big movie like Armageddon and put it together to be Cybergeddon, and the movie was born. Well, first and foremost, in terms of cybercrime, I was in Washington, D.C. last year for about 7 days. NSA, DOD, FBI, CIA, private sector, learned all about cybercrime. And then we actually conceived the movie. We needed a more authentic source for the movie in terms of cybercrime, and who better than Norton? Went up to Symantec and talked to all those great people there who do this for a living. And just walking through the halls of Symantec, you see all the great, sound bites and facts and figures of cybercrime, which are really fantastic. But to get this movie right, Kevin Haley, Adam Palmer, and the Norton team have been amazing to come in and make sure that the script, how it looks, and all the terminology is correct. We live in a world of tablets and phones and laptops, and all of those devices are vulnerable, not only for financial loss, but emotional loss, data loss. So it's a very contemporary problem, not only now, but in the future. And it's really, really important that we have a great piece of edutainment, entertainment with the movie Cybergeddon, but make sure that there's a credible source behind that to protect us, and that source is Norton. Winston Chang is an employee for Norton inside the movie. I mean, how cool is that? That's how much we trust the brand of Norton to be able to have an employee inside of there. He's going to be an ace in the hole in the movie. He'll be one of the great case crackers inside of it. But it was important that, Norton is not just a great company, they have also great employees. And to be able to put that in the movie and authenticate it was just an extra cherry on top. There's so many ways to get tricked in cybercrime, especially in just little things in your URL or addresses. And so I have been affected, and I find that because I'm so always on my laptop or my mobile phone or multiple devices, that it's something that when I got the education about it, I'm much more self-aware. And it really taught me one thing, that as much as we need devices, mobile phones and laptops, et cetera, that they can also be weapons against you if in the wrong hands. Casting was interesting because we were thinking about, do you go big name, do you go small name, do you go big actor? And so we wrote the roles and began to cast a wide net about who we could really hone in on. And all these projects have their own soul. So I felt like we're looking for that great Chloe, that never say die, fiery female lead. We met with Missy Peregrine, and from Rookie Blue at ABC, and she came and talked to us. She was very excited about the scalability of being in front of 50 million people. So that was a great piece of casting. We already knew Kick from previous work. We've all been friends for Rabbit Rosen, and then Manny Montana came in and provided a great level of heart and soul to the movie. And looking for that big quintessential villain, Olivier Martinez, doesn't get any better than that. And if you've ever seen Unfaithful and you've sort of like gagaed over that movie, as what a stud he was, he's going to be a completely badass in this too. So it's a well-rounded cast and just perfect for this movie. Well, we did with CSI. Science was boring. Back in those days, we made it fun and sexy. And the same thing I hear with cybercrime. We took all the real authentic information of cybercrime and put it into a very great storytelling way to where it was acceptable, digestible, and people can retain it and use it.